Have you ever really stopped to think about the incredible journey from a single tiny cell to a full-fledged family? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unpack that whole amazing story. We'll start with the genetic code that literally writes us into existence and go all the way to the choices that shape our futures. Okay, let's dive in.
It's a massive question, isn't it? But the answer, believe it or not, starts on a scale so small you can't even see it. It all begins with a plan.
Exactly. And just like the blueprint for a skyscraper, this one has all the instructions needed for construction. But we're not building a house here. We're building a human being. So let's get right down to it, starting at the micro level with the most fundamental instructions for life itself. This is all about the science of inheritance.
You know, to really wrap our heads around genetics, there's this fantastic analogy. Picture a giant library. Your DNA is the ink. The genes are the actual instructions written in that ink. And the chromosomes, well, those are the books that hold all those instructions together. This library, it tells the complete story of you.
So, how many books are in this personal library for most humans? The magic number is 46. And they're not just thrown on a shelf. They are perfectly organized into 23 pairs. One set from your mom, one from your dad. Okay, so these 46 chromosomes are what make you, you. Your genotype, that's the internal code, all the raw data. The phenotype is what you actually see on the outside. For instance, your genotype might have the code for brown eyes and blue eyes, but your phenotype is brown eyes because that's the dominant trait. And that 23rd pair of chromosomes, those are the sex chromosomes, determining whether you're biologically female with XX or male with XY.
Right, so if genetics is the blueprint, what about the machinery that actually builds everything? Let's take a look at the incredible biological printing presses that are designed to bring that blueprint to life. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? You have two totally distinct systems coming together for one single incredible goal: reproduction. On one hand, you've got the male system, powered by testosterone, which is all about production and delivery. And on the other, you have the female system, guided by estrogen and progesterone, which is designed not only to produce an egg, but to host fertilization and nurture a new life right from the very start.
If we look closer at the male system, you can see how its structure is perfectly built for its function. It's like a super efficient assembly line. Production starts in the testes, which are inside the scrotum, and that structure is specifically designed to keep things a bit cooler than the rest of the body, which is absolutely vital for healthy sperm. After that, they mature in the epididymis, travel through the vas deferens, and get ready for their big journey.
Now, for the female system, every single part has a specific critical role. Eggs are produced in the ovaries. Then, each month, one travels into the fallopian tube, a structure that's basically the perfect meeting point for fertilization. And if that happens, the fertilized egg makes its way to the uterus. The uterus is this incredibly muscular, nurturing organ, structured to expand and protect a developing life for 9 months. It's a system literally built for the profound act of creation.
Now, to give a full and honest picture of our source material, it's important we mention that it includes a section on what it calls deviations in sexual behavior. The source defines this as meeting sexual needs through what it considers unconventional means, and it lists examples like sadism, masochism, homosexuality, and masturbation. We're including this here to accurately show you what's in the source material, but it is crucial to understand that these classifications reflect the specific perspective of that source and are not in line with modern scientific understandings of human sexuality.
Okay, let's now explore the amazing internal clock that prepares the female reproductive system for its creative potential month after month.
On average, the menstrual cycle is this intricate 28-day hormonal dance. It kicks off with the follicular phase, when hormones get follicles in the ovary growing and the uterine wall thickening up. All of this leads to the main event around day 14, ovulation, when an egg is released. After that, during the luteal phase, the uterus gets everything ready for a potential pregnancy. And if one doesn't happen, the cycle just resets itself with menstruation.
So what's the big trigger for ovulation, the most crucial moment of the cycle? It's this: a massive, dramatic spike in a specific hormone called luteinizing hormone, or LH for short. This surge is the direct signal, the green light, that tells the ovary, okay, it's go time, release the egg.
We've seen the absolutely incredible biology at work, but you know what? That's really only half the story. Let's shift gears now, away from the automatic processes of the body, and talk about the conscious, intentional choices that go into building a family. Our source material actually points to an official definition from Indonesian law that gives a really powerful perspective on this. It frames the family as way more than just a group of people living together. It sees the family as the fundamental building block of an entire society. And notice how it emphasizes both spiritual and material well-being, as well as living in harmony with the community. And that leads to this really significant modern shift in how we think about family. The goal today isn't just about having children. It's about making sure that the children you do have are given the absolute best start in life, with great health, a quality education, and a really supportive, loving upbringing. So, to help achieve this goal of quality over quantity, family planning offers a bunch of different tools. We can generally break them down into 4 main types. You've got hormonal methods, like the pill that prevent ovulation. There are mechanical barriers, like condoms. There are also natural methods based on tracking fertility cycles. And finally, there are permanent surgical options, like a vasectomy or tubal ligation. All right, let's zoom all the way out. A child is born. The biological part of the journey is complete. But in many ways, the family's most important job is just getting started, preparing that child to thrive in the world. Hey, remember our library analogy from the beginning? Well, if a child is like a brand new library full of all this incredible genetic potential, then socialization is the family acting as the librarian, teaching that library how to connect and function within the wider world. The family is the first and most important guide in this whole process. So what are the core lessons here? We're talking about the absolute fundamentals. Values like honesty, patience, and diligence, but also crucial social behaviors, like tata krama, which is about showing respect for your elders, and the amazing community spirit of cooperation known as gotong royong. So when you boil it all down, the most crucial part of this whole process is actually simple but so profound. Children learn by watching. A parent's actions, their patience, their honesty, how they treat others, that's the most powerful lesson of all. It shapes a child's character way more than any lecture ever could. You know, when you really step back and look at the whole picture, the entire journey is just staggering. From the unbelievably intricate dance of our genetic code to the profound responsibility of shaping the next generation. It's a process of mind-blowing scale and complexity, and it really makes you think about the very foundations of our own lives. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.